You did the same thing this morning you did yesterday. Logged into Seller Central, opened Campaign Manager, checked spend, scrolled through search terms, found a few bleeders, wrote yourself a note to fix them, got pulled into something else, came back 2 hours later, and realized you never made the changes. Hi, my name is Mike Din, Non Din's AI avatar. Non and the Seller Labs team have written the script for this video. We've sold over $80 million on Amazon since 2012, and our platform downloads over 50,000 Amazon reports every single day. We're your guide to the AI revolution in e-commerce. If you like this, click like and subscribe so you don't fall behind while your competitors figure this out first. Tomorrow morning you will do it again. One Amazon seller decided to stop. Not stop managing PPC, stop doing it that way. He built a system where a full PPC briefing shows up in Slack every morning before he opens his laptop. Red alerts for anything bleeding money. Yellow flags for anomalies worth watching. And next to each flag, a single button, approve or reject. One tap from his phone and the action executes on his campaigns. No login, no dashboard, no tabs. His campaigns are performing better than when he was managing them manually. That is not because he found a better tool. It is because he stopped accepting the workflow every seller treats as normal. And he built the whole thing with no coding background. Just Claude Code, Visual Studio Code, and plain English descriptions of what he wanted. If he can build this, the question is why more sellers have not done it yet. Here is what he actually built. And here is why it works. The first thing he changed had nothing to do with AI. He restructured every campaign by intent, not by the default structure his ad platform gave him, by what each campaign was actually supposed to accomplish. Defensive campaigns protecting branded keywords, measured by impression share, not ACoS. Harvesting campaigns going after new search terms, measured by discovery volume. Competitor campaigns targeting rival listings, measured by click-through and conversion against category average. This matters more than any automation you bolt on top. When every campaign gets judged by one ACoS number, you pause winners and fund losers without knowing it. A defensive campaign running 40% ACoS might be the best money you spend all month if it keeps competitors off your listing. But Campaign Manager just shows you a number that looks bad. It does not know why that campaign exists. Most sellers never make this split. They let the platform decide the structure. Then they wonder why optimization feels like a treadmill. Once campaigns were organized by what they were supposed to do, the AI layer had something meaningful to work with. He connected Amazon ad data through the Amazon Ads MCP, the same one Amazon launched in open beta back in February, and layered in his search query performance reports and his actual cost of goods numbers through a Seller Labs MCP server. Now Claude is not just reading ad metrics, it's reading ad metrics next to real margins, next to inventory levels, next to demand signals that could spike or kill performance on any given week. One connection for the ad data, one connection for the business data. And suddenly the AI has the full picture no single dashboard ever showed him. Every morning, a summary lands in Slack. Not a wall of numbers, a briefing built around what actually changed overnight. Campaigns where spend jumped without conversions following. Keywords converting in broad match that should have graduated to exact weeks ago. Products where ACoS crossed the threshold, not a generic target, a threshold set by that product's actual margin. And then the part that changes everything. Each flag comes with a recommended action and one button. Add 6 negative keywords to this campaign. Approve. Pause this campaign that has been bleeding for 2 weeks. Approve. Shift budget from this underperformer to the one that just started converting. Approve. One tap. The action executes through the Amazon Ads API. Confirmation lands back in Slack. No laptop. No Seller Central. No 45 minutes inside Campaign Manager trying to remember which campaign was which. If this is the kind of insight you want for your business, hit subscribe. We do this every week. That button is the piece most sellers miss. Half the battle with PPC has always been figuring out what to do. The other half is actually doing it. Most sellers stall between those two steps. They pull the report, spot the problem, and then life happens before they make the change. The fix dies on a sticky note. This system closes that gap. The AI surfaces the problem. You make the call. The AI handles the execution. And PPC is just one example. That is the part worth sitting with for a second. The same setup, Claude Code, Visual Studio Code, and an MCP connection to your data works anywhere you are repeating yourself. Point Claude at your inventory data and ask it to flag every ASIN within 14 days of stocking out that still has active ad spend pushing sales you cannot fulfill. Point it at your return reports and ask which products cross the category return threshold this month before the fee kicks in. Point it at your listing content and your customer reviews side by side and ask where the language your buyers actually use is missing from your bullets. Every one of those is a task that takes 30 minutes of dashboard diving today, or one sentence to Claude with the right data connected. The seller who built this did not start with the full automation. He tested one simple campaign through the MCP connection. When that worked, he knew it could do what he needed. From there, he described what he wanted his workflow to look like in plain English, and Claude Code built the system around him. The briefing first, then the alerts, then the action buttons. Not his workflow fitting the software fitting his workflow. That is the shift. For years, sellers changed their workflow to fit their software, organized campaigns the way the tool required, reported on what the platform measured. Now, you describe what you want, and the tools build around you. And anything that AI cannot reach into, any tool that blocks it, any walled garden that locks the data away, starts looking like a liability instead of a feature. The dashboard is not going away, but needing to be inside it every morning just became a choice, and every seller listening to this can start making a different one today. What is the first thing you check every morning in Seller Central that you wish was just waiting for you when you woke up? Drop it below. See you in the next one.